Okay, hold on. We are not doing this again. If you guys saw on my Twitter, you guys would have seen that I am not doing a best chapter 5 finale video for a lot of reasons. And it's not because this chapter has been the worst chapter that Fortnite has ever seen, but that's besides the point. At the time of recording this video, we're about 2 weeks away from the end of the chapter 5 era of Fortnite. We're getting a live event that marks our farewell to the chapter 5 map. We're going to go right into OG2, and then right after that, we are going right into chapter 6. So it's about to get really crazy from here on out. So with all this hype and all this like drama that's been going on within the community about Fortnite being lazy or whatever the case may be, I wanted to talk about my personal opinions on Fortnite this past year and what I liked about it and what I really hate about it. Without further ado, let's get right into this. So honestly, I want to talk just a little bit about chapter 4 first. As a lot of y'all may or may not know, chapter 4 was one of my favorite chapters of all time in Fortnite besides chapter 1, obviously. I feel like it had that perfect mix of fun gameplay, fun map changes, and all around just fun metas. But there was one thing that chapter 4 severely lacked, and that was a proper story. Yeah, we had the whole Riftgate thing happen within the first season, but after that, everything just kind of went to shit. Season 2, I don't even know what the hell was season 2's story. Season 3, oh hey, Sloan's back all of a sudden. And season 4, oh hey, there's this vampire that just got killed within a quest line. Yeah, it was just kind of really all over the place. And there's this thing I've like kind of realized recently was that chapter 4 to me had fun gameplay, but horrible story. But chapter 5 had horrible gameplay but amazing story, and we're gonna get into the specifics of that in a little bit. But let's focus on the gameplay part of Fortnite as of late. At the beginning of chapter 5, we were granted with really horrible movement changes. Thankfully, they've kind of altered it, but it was really bad at the beginning of the chapter. Like, it felt so slow to get around, and honestly, even though they have improved the movement, it still just feels really clunky to me. You run out of sprint way too fast, and it takes way too long to recharge. Moving when building still feels extremely slow, and it just all around does not feel good at all. That's been one of the things that has really drawn me away from the game, but not as bad as the weapon changes, because holy shit, it is terrible. So where do I even begin with this? Well, at the beginning of the chapter, we were introduced to the lovely change that was bullet drop. Bullet drop has got to be the worst thing they have ever done to the game. With SMGs, they're fine because you're at least close range and like you can't really miss SMGs unless you genuinely suck at the game. But with ARs, I feel like 70% of my shots just miss, even though I have my reticle directly on them. And when you try to adjust it, it just doesn't feel right. It feels like there's so much recoil, a little too much recoil, may I add. ARs with bullet drop just don't match at all. Just in general, bullet drop is the worst thing they have ever done to the game. And don't even get me started on weapon mods, because my god, they were a failure. At the beginning of the chapter, we had mods introduced. Now, these were a hyped up feature from a really long time ago, and I was really excited to see them finally in the game, because as y'all know, I used to play Warzone, and I really loved the attachments on Warzone, like the way it worked in Warzone, and I was really hoping that it would work similar to Fortnite. It kind of did, but it also failed miserably. At the beginning of the chapter, mods were really fun to use. You can find weapon benches pretty much anywhere in vaults. There was a decent selection of mods to start off with, and I feel like the purchasing balances using gold was really good. Starting in season 2 is when it just really fell apart. In season 2, we only had one weapon mod introduced, which is the holographic mod, and that is honestly my least favorite mod to this day. I don't know why, but it feels like there's just way too much recoil on it. Also in season 2, they moved the mod benches to bunkers, which was a cool idea on paper. They removed weapon benches everywhere else on the map. You couldn't find them in vaults, you couldn't find them out and about. They were only in bunkers at the end of the game. There's like 70% of players that don't even get a chance to use mods before they die. And to add on to it, there has not been a mod update since season 2. We haven't had a brand new mod whatsoever. So basically, mods have just been kind of completely forgotten. And it just sucks because mods were such a good idea. I loved mods. I loved the way they handled it at first. But after season 1, it just completely fell apart. So when you add bullet drop with weapon mods, with the bunkers, and then the movement, this has got to be my least favorite gameplay meta we have ever had, which sucks so much because this chapter has been so good in terms of map and story, which we're backing into right now. But if you guys made it this far in the video, please consider using code TAKES in the Fortnite item shop, and you guys can also watch my Twitch streams down below. Anyways, let's get back into the good side of chapter 5. Now, graphically wise, I don't like the look of Fortnite. I feel like they're going way too much for realism here. I think Chapter 4's graphics were beyond perfect. You had the perfect balance of realism, but also the magic that Fortnite had with colors. In Chapter 5, there's basically no color and they're going way too much for realism. Sometimes the graphics look good, but that's only when you really have it on max graphics and it's like sunset or something like that. But now let's talk about the actual map itself. Now, when the map originally got leaked back in when OG happened, I was kind of scared at like how this map would be, but honestly, the map has been really good. Is it my favorite map of all time? Absolutely not. But it is a map that I enjoyed playing on. Season 1, it's obviously Season 1, so it's obviously your first impressions on the map. But when you get into Season 2, the whole bottom right of the map changes, the Greek mythology stuff, and the top left of the map during Season 2 with Grim Gate and the green water where you can now teleport. I think Season 2 had honestly one of the best map changes of the whole chapter. Then in Season 3, the whole bottom of the map changes, adding a whole desert. While I'm not the biggest fan of the desert, I do like the kind of changes they put here for the season. And then this season, they changed the top right / top of the map to make it look a little bit more colorful and also add Dr. Doom's castle, which honestly is one of my favorite jobs this chapter. Now, let's talk about the story because, oh my God, it exceeded my wildest expectations. So going off of Chapter 4, obviously we had a really terrible story. We only had one live event that whole chapter, and it was just a massive ad for the metaverse. And don't get me wrong, I love Big Bang. I had a fun time playing it, but I just wish we had that kind of classic Fortnite story feel when we played these events before. But beginning in Season 1, we had the hand which revealed Pandora's box. Now that event wasn't crazy at all, but it was a fun community event that brought everyone together just like the old days, like back in Chapter 1, Season 8, when we were working for the runes. But then Season 2, it got really crazy. In Season 2, the statue started moving and started striking the Pandora's box. But then a few days later, the sandstorm event happened, and oh my God, it like blew my mind. It felt like an actual event. When he teleported up to the air with the orchestra back and the guitar riff at the end, it felt like a true Chapter 1 event. It even reminded me of like the Cube event a little bit. Where Season 3 was the pipeline event where we watched the pipeline go from Red Line Grid all the way to the ship. And then we had the grand reveal that the Wanderer was Dr. Doom. And then at the end of the event, we had this massive nuke explosion with the nuke sound effect. It's just so cool, man. Like these events have been so amazing so far. And then last but not least, we had the final mini event of the chapter, which was the Doom battle. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I did not expect the event to be like an hour long, and that kind of like killed my thoughts on the event a little bit, but I still love the fact that we all got back together as a community to fight Doom. And I wish for more stuff like that in the future. They have been on top of their game this chapter with the story, and I honestly think Jones carries the storyline a lot. Because ever since Jones has been back, the storyline has been at its peak. And obviously Hope too, but Jones is the real go here. And I really hope that they continue the story with this going into Chapter 6, because Fortnite, I know for sure, has seen the love for the events, especially with even the mini events. It adds back the hype for Fortnite a little bit, and I just hope they continue with that going into Chapter 6. Now, once again, at the time of this recording, we are about 2 weeks away from the end of Chapter 5. The live event's supposed to be happening on the 1st. So I don't know at the time of this video being posted what's been confirmed or what's been denied, but here is my thoughts before all that gets leaked. I am hoping for a grand ending finale event for the map. I want to actually give this map a proper farewell, because Chapter 4, we just went right to OG. We didn't see the map afterwards, and we're probably never seeing the map again, which truly sucks. So I'm hoping that we just get some kind of massive cinema level event to say goodbye to the map and then bring us into OG2, which at the time of recording this video, again, I don't know exactly what is going on since the Chapter 3 map has been put back in the files. So we don't exactly know if it's OG Chapter 2, OG Chapter 3, whatever the case is, but I wouldn't be mad at either or. Just give us the gunplay back. I just miss his scam, bro. And then going into Chapter 6, I don't know what's happening for that yet. That may be another video I make, but we'll see. Anyways, that's gonna be it for me in this video here. I hope you guys enjoyed my mess of a TED Talk here. After editing videos for Clark for so long, I kind of was just inspired to make a discussion video, and I just wanted to give my shot at it since I've always been editing discussion videos, but I've never properly made one myself before. So if you guys enjoyed this video and you would like to see more, make sure to subscribe to my channel. We're gonna get right back into the hype with the OG2 live event and Chapter 6. So hope you guys enjoy that. And this is the replacement of the best of chapter finale video. Rest in peace, Chapter 5. Anyways, thank you all for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.